Okay, this is going to be the most fun talk of the evening. So, I'm Ranveer Allahbadia, aka BeerBiceps, aka the brown Joe Rogan. No, I'm kidding. I'm not as controversial, much more of a chocolate boy. But I'm here to talk about my story a little bit, primarily because we're living in an age which is defined by the death of old media and the birth of new media. I'm also going to give it a bit of an India lens because we have a massive population that's wanting to do a lot of things on the global scale, but I'll also speak for the worldwide content industry in general. So that's me. These are some of my numbers. Pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't want to go through them, I'll give you a few sentences that will kind of explain these numbers a little bit better. Been doing it for 9 years, made a lot of mistakes, seen a lot of failures, but we've reached a point where this year, our podcast always was the biggest podcast in India because we had first movers advantage. We just kept at it. We had a Bollywood star come on the show this year, and we got 800 million total views on that episode, spread across long form and short form content. So for a second, just visualize 800 million people viewing your face and the person's and the face of the person who's on your podcast. So for me, the definition of success this year is that anyone who's coming on my podcast, I want them to be shocked by the total number of views and the total kind of recognition they get, at least in my country. And the vision is to go global going forward. How many of you guys want to become content creators or at least view yourself doing something on social media? Could you raise your hands? Okay. For those of you who aren't raising your hands, the bad news is that this is going to become a requirement from a skill perspective. The good news is that it's learnable. So I'm actually an engineering grad, not too different from most of you guys here. Didn't know how to use a camera when I started out. I actually tried launching an Uber for fitness trainers. That was my first career move. I went to an angel investor and he said that, you know what? Cool idea, but you need to market this on social media. That's the new thing. And this is back in 2015. So I started my YouTube account the next day. I just take a blue bedsheet that I found in my house, paste it on a cupboard, and I began shooting videos that way. And kept learning, kept making mistakes, learned from my mistakes, kept improving. I also worked as a fitness trainer during this phase to pay the bills because profitability was always the goal when it comes to running any kind of business, and I viewed this as a business from day one. Eventually, I realized that India is at the brink of explosion when it comes to social media. So I decided to shelve that Uber for fitness trainers idea and just focus on social media and the associated businesses. So it went from starting in my room to eventually this year, the Prime Minister of our country, which is the equivalent of the President of the USA, he awarded my team for the work we've done in the field of social media over the last 9 years. People think he awarded me, but honestly, it's been a team effort because I'm just the face of a larger organization that I run. This has been the journey over the years. The name's BeerBiceps because we started off as a fitness and health channel, eventually reinvented into becoming, you guys have seen the movie Hitch? So think of me as Brown Hitch during that phase. I used to teach guys how to dress better, how to speak better, how to manage their finances. Eventually, the lockdown happened, and I realized that no one's interested in fashion or grooming or how to talk to girls. So I switched content into focusing much more on vlogging through the lockdown, had some crazy life experiences, and pre-lockdown, I started an English podcast. And post the lockdown, once I realized that no one wants to listen to Brown Hitch anymore, we started a Hindi podcast, which was the actual big game. That's what led to the 800 million views. This has been my best career move till date. I've had people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, Priyanka Chopra, lots of Indian film stars, lots of Indian cricketers, Dr. Jai Shankar, lots of other top Indian politicians. It's been the best career move that just happened by chance, but it's also been the best move for my own personal life. It's the honor of my life to share screen space as well as rooms with some of the best minds in my country and eventually the world. The goal is to get Cristiano Ronaldo on the show. This is what I am going to be talking about. I don't intend on stopping anytime soon because of this phenomenon. Self-explanatory. Is there anyone who disagrees with this phenomenon? I don't see a single, no, I don't see a single arm raised. So all of us are pretty in tune with this reality. Stats back it. These are stats from America. This is the secret. And that's what old media is not being able to do because of that typical problem that corporates face, where they lose a little bit of their agility, right? They're not able to keep up with the changing trends. So I have like a 40-person team just at BeerBiceps, which is generating content for in long form and short form, and then I have a 20-person business team to manage the 40 creatives. This is the main goal. The secret is survival. That's the one reality that I've learned over the last 9 years. It's very, very true for media. You just need to survive and incrementally improve, incrementally grow. So remember, guys, the secret is survival, but there's another secret. Anyone? The secret is also being handsome. But this is the truth about content creation. So all the negative narratives that we have about social media, Instagram, YouTubing, a lot of them are true. Lots of people just take up this career for the glamour aspect of it, the free stuff, the free vacations. I don't think that that's the sustainable way of looking at it. And every content creator who's been alive for longer than 5 years has their own theory when it comes to having a sustainable content creation career. I'm going to present my own theory. This is the average lifespan of YouTubers, Instagrammers, and TikTokers. It's max on the YouTube side of things, it's 5 years. Content creation, according to me, should always lead to products and services. Okay, so in India, we have this phenomenon, which doesn't happen much in America, but content creators will choose one of two pathways after a point. So they'll either take up business, or they'll step into the world of films and acting. Okay, but the thing is, the biggest Bollywood stars, who are known by probably 1 billion out of the 1.5 billion population that we have, eventually start businesses. Which is why my theory is that if you want to act a little bit, if you want to get into films, that's all right. But focus on building things out of the distribution that you've already built out. And there's some inherent challenges which a content creator has to face in this journey. These are the 3 businesses I built out of my own content creation journey: a talent management firm, a mind performance and sleep enhancement app, and recently we built out Skill House to impart social media-based skills, because it's a 9-year journey, lots of mistakes, lots to learn. My meditation and mind performance app, Level Supermind, we have 75,000 paid customers, more than 1 million downloads just off of utilizing my distribution through the show. Monk Entertainment was a talent management firm which I started primarily because no one would manage YouTubers back then. And I just needed some help. Everyone was only willing to manage cricket stars and Bollywood stars. So it started for the sake of myself and my friends, and today we manage more than 120 talents. We've worked with more than 500 brands. It's a good phase of life. But this is what content creation is. Most of you guys know LeBron James. So LeBron James is a point guard who passes the ball to his teammates, and they shoot and score. Outside of basketball, he's also used his distribution to let his friends build businesses around what he does. LeBron focuses on basketball, and his friends focus on building the business. That is my theory on long-term content creation. Some examples of great creator-led businesses that are sprouting up in India and all over the world. Mr. Beast, fantastic example, and I think he set the benchmark for what all the content creators globally should be doing. These are some of the learnings we had. Again, self-explanatory. I don't have too much time, so maybe just take a photo. But in short, Monkey doesn't seem to be going anywhere because my country is just discovering social media careers. So we have new social media talents sprouting up every single year. There's new people to manage. There's a lot of fresh brands that are coming up that are open to influencer marketing. Level Supermind is growing constantly because I run 2 podcasts, a Hindi podcast and an English podcast. And just on those 2 channels, they're 2 out of my 9 channels, but just on those 2 channels, we get 700,000 new subscribers every single month. So for me, that's 700,000 new potential customers to turn into paid customers for my app. And Skill House is just us imparting all our social media skills to the audiences. This was a bit of the reinvention journey. Started in fitness, went to fashion, went to podcasts. The future is all about AI-powered content. All my Hindi content is going to be turned into English, Spanish, Japanese, and every other world language in the next 5 years. The business journey doesn't stop at these 3 businesses. LeBron's still got to play ball. My content will keep evolving. I'll keep tapping into new audiences. I want to take that 700,000 new subscriber number up by a few 100,000 people at least. Using AI, we're going to go global. These are the challenges I face today. And through this talk, I hope that you guys have gained one piece of truth, which is that you need to scan a content creator's journey. You need to scan their feed. Content creators need partners to build businesses with. What content creators offer are very strong distribution, very strong empathy for the end consumer, and very, very strong product inputs. Because that's our job. We have to constantly understand what's going on in the audience's minds and the mind of the masses. But we need help. We need people to build businesses with. We need to pass the ball to people. And every content creator has at least 5 to 10 businesses inside them, as long as they've crossed that 5-year mark of being a content creator. Thank you, everyone. Here's to the future.